What's up, UXers? Today we are here and we are talking about broken objects, one of the 4 UX fails that I talk a whole lot about. We're specifically going to be looking at topics in Mighty Networks, why they're broken, what it means to be broken, and how we can fix them. And it's, in this case, a really, really simple fix. I'm Sophia Prater. I'm a UX designer, a UX coach. I consider myself the chief evangelist for object-oriented UX. So I wrote this article back in 2015 about object-oriented UX. It was a big hit back in 2015, got me really encouraged to write more. So I've written multiple more articles on object-oriented UX on A List Apart as well as on Medium. Been doing way more writing than videos. Trying to change that. I get to speak on stages all over the world at UX conferences when travel is a thing and in-person conferences are a thing. So hopefully that'll be a thing later in 2021. But I get to basically shout from the rooftops about object-oriented UX and evangelize it all over the world, also within companies. So companies bring me in to train their teams in object-oriented UX. This is just a handful, but I go into big companies, little companies, nonprofits, agencies as well, and teach teams of not only UX designers, but also product people and developers and content strategists and information architects, all those types of geeks. I also have a meetup over on meetup.com. This is totally free to join. The Object-Oriented UX Happy Hour, we meet about once a month. I also have a podcast, the Object-Oriented UX Podcast, and I run a program to certify OUX strategist. We're about to start cohort 4 March 15th of 2021. So make sure to sign up for my newsletter, go join OUX Happy Hour, and then you'll know about when I release tickets for the next certification program. Okay, so in these videos, what I'm going to be trying to do more videos, is talking about these UX fails that OUX helps you prevent. And you don't really need to know much about object-oriented UX. I hope this gets you curious about object-oriented UX to be able to start recognizing these things and being able to fix them. Because they're actually really simple fixes, but they're also really easy to stumble into. I know even when I'm super conscious about it, sometimes I do it and I realize, oh my gosh, I just made a shapeshifter. So what we have is we got masked objects, we've got isolated objects, we've got broken objects, and we've got shapeshifters. And today what we are talking about is broken objects. So these are objects that are not directly manipulable. And the object, the representation of the object, is disconnected from their call to action. So I often make the example of this would be like if I turned on the light switch, on the wall, the light switch, but then to turn it off, I had to kind of go crawl in the attic and pull a pulley to go turn it off. In the real world, if we want to manipulate a thing, we reach out and we touch that thing. We reach out and we grab it. But in the digital world, because designers are not beholden to the laws of physics, we do some crazy things. And sometimes to manipulate an object, the object can be in one place on the screen, but to manipulate it, we might have to go to the top left corner into a menu item. And usually that's not very intuitive. So we are going to be looking at Mighty Networks today and the broken / shapeshifter object. So shapeshifter objects, they kind of blend over into broken objects. I won't get into the details of that, but let's look at what Mighty Networks does with their topic. Okay, so here we are in Mighty Networks. We use Mighty Networks for the OUX forum. So this is where, when we have our certification program, everybody in the cohort joins the OUX forum. And people from the previous cohorts are still hanging out. So it's this really nice community, and I absolutely love Mighty Networks, okay? There's so much power to it. It's so well priced for what I need to be doing. And it's got a lot of flexibility too. So overall, I absolutely love this product and highly endorse it. And I've recommended it to a lot of people. But they've got a few UX fails that OAUX could really, really help with. And the one I want to talk about today is specifically topics and how you manipulate topics differently from the card view to the detail view. And overall, a principle that I'm very, very passionate about is if you can do something on the card view, you should be able to do it on the detail view. The detail view this is progressive disclosure, right? If you go from the card view, meaning like one of these little guys, if I go from the card view, this is an article, not a topic. If I go from the card view into the detail view, whatever I could do here in this kind of preview, whether it's, liking, commenting on it, can I comment right from here? It just opens it up. Okay, so I can like it from right here, right? I can cheer it from right here. It would be weird if I could cheer it from the card, but then if I go into the full view of it, that option isn't available to me. So you have kind of this trickle-down effect of prioritization. So if I have all the things I can do to an object, cheering this article, for example, that's a thing that I can do to the article object. You want to have progressive disclosure where you've prioritized those calls to action, and the most important ones that users shouldn't have to take an extra click to be able to take action on, those are the ones you just have on the detail. But anything that you have on the card here, you also want to have on the detail, okay? And you don't want to have things that are only accessible in the preview, basically. But then on the detail view, which should be everything, you're not showing that. Okay. And that's exactly what happens on the topic. So with topics, I am here in the topics list, and let's just take a look at this Orca Basics. So you can see I'm following it, and I can unfollow it. It's intuitive enough. Following, unfollowing. Beautiful. Wonderful. Now, if I go into the detail view, there's a couple things that happen here. First, I don't see the image. So the images are one of the most identifiable visuals for a person. And the fact that that image was not incorporated into the visual design here in the detail view is a little silly, right? This is how I recognize the thing. So I don't love that at all. I guess I don't love it. I'm just going to say it. I hate that, okay? The fact that I have this visual here on the card view, and then when I go in, I don't have that. So that is kind of a shapeshifter thing. But when we're talking about the CTAs, here's my problem. I can't follow it from here. I can't follow a topic from the detail page. If I come to here, let's say somebody directly links me to this topic of Orca Basics. Can't do it. I'll click manage. This takes me into like the editor piece that that only a moderator would see or an admin would see. I don't even think members can see the manage button. And then if I hit plus, that's actually just creating a post here. But where's my follow call to action? If I want to follow it, I would have to go back to the list and find it and click follow. Now, let's say it was relationship prioritization. Okay, so somebody directly links me to this topic here, and I'm like, whoa, this is awesome. I want to follow this topic. I would have to go over to topics, scroll down, and now I've already forgot. Wait, which one was it? Was I just on relationship prioritization, or was I on relationship requirements? Okay, let me click the back button to remember. Oh, it was relationship prioritization. Now I click back to topics, and now I have to go to relationship prioritization and click follow. And that's only if I know that exists there. If I get directly linked to here somehow, and I really like this topic, but I don't know that follow. I don't even know that I can follow from this view. Okay. So what I want you to take away from is when you think about your objects, define your objects first, and think about all the things that a user can do to that object. Then prioritize those from a user perspective. The things that they need to be able to do from the card, those are the things that you don't want them to have to click in anywhere. They should just be able to do it right from the card. They don't need to see the whole detail. Like, I just can share this. I can follow this. Those are those things that they shouldn't have to see the whole view. But whatever you add there, whatever you've added to the card, make sure it's on the detail too. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was educational and applicable. And I really hope you are very intentional moving forward with making sure that you connect your calls to action directly to your objects, connect them as closely as possible, and make sure you don't mess up that trickle down effect where you have stuff that can only be done in the preview, but then you go into the detail view and you can't take that action anymore. So happy OUXing, and check out the description below for links on how to get more involved with object-oriented UX.